Amazon. Let's zoom in here. We had this channel right here that we were trading in, and while it's still holding the channel long term, we can zoom out and see that Amazon is certainly still in this channel. We'll go to a weekly and see how it's in this channel right here, from back there to kind of somewhere like that, maybe. You know, it's still in this kind of a channel where you get your zigs, your zags, your zigs. But let's zoom in on a daily. This is what I don't like about Amazon. The 50-day moving average, okay? This blue line right here, this 50-day moving average. I do not like how the price went right up to the 50-day, got rejected, and closed lower than the 50-day moving average. We got something like that back here on this candle, right here, okay? Right here. And then the very next day, what did we get? We got a huge, massive breakthrough of the 50-day moving average. So tomorrow, on Monday, if we get a breakthrough that looks something like this, then it'll be completely wrong, and Amazon is something you want to buy. But all I'm seeing is downtrend, bear flag, pennant, bear flag, bear pennant, whatever. It's an increase in volume, okay? An increase in volume on the way, go up here, on the way down, and then decrease in volume on the consolidation phase. That to me is a bear flag getting rejected at the 50-day. I think this goes lower on Monday. If I'm wrong and we get some kind of breakout like we did here, then you just gotta buy Amazon, because look what happened. Look at the move you caught if you bought Amazon right here. You know, you got this kind of a move. But I just don't see it happening. Next we got Chevron. Bearish on Chevron, same kind of thing right here. Get a breakdown past the 200. Now we're right back up at the 200. Do you really want to be buying when all the people that bought here and 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 everywhere are now losers? All they want is their money back. Can't be buying Chevron up here, although I like oil long term. I mean, we've only got one source of energy to move our cars around from home to work and back to the shopping center, and that's oil. Chevron makes a bunch of oil. I think it's good long term, but what can you do when you got a chart like that? Same thing with Baker Hughes. I like Baker Hughes long term, but guess what? We got a breakdown beneath the 200 when we were in this nice kind of channel right here, a breakdown, and again we got a bear flag where we got the mast, we got the flag as the consolidation. This is the opposite of a bull flag, which looks something like maybe this here, where you get the mast and you get the little consolidation flag here, and then you get the breakout. This, I'm looking for the breakdown. We get the mast, the flag, I'm looking for the breakdown lower. Again, because of the volume. Increased volume on the way down, lower volume on the way up. I'm looking for a breakdown in Baker Hughes. Surge. This, it's good that it held the 200-day moving average, this red line right here. I like that it held, but I mean, it's again a breakdown. This is a lower low, okay? If it was really going to continue its uptrend, at best I see Surge just kind of chopping around for the time being, because if it was going to keep on its uptrend, it generally would not have crossed below this low right here, this kind of level. See how this low goes here, and then if it was going to come down here and break down, then that would have been something, but it didn't. It held this low, formed a new low right there, formed a new low right there, continued upward, and now we got down. I just don't see Surge blasting off to 400 anytime soon. At best, it'll chop around. At worst, this is another bear flag, mast, consolidation, breakdown. CSX, same. I cannot be bullish on this kind of a chart. We got support right here, we had resistance right here, complete breakdown is support, and now we're back up to it. Almost. We didn't even get there, and I think this is done going up. I see, I don't know, $20 in its future. CSX just did a 3-for-1 split. I remember when General Mills and both Freeport-McMoran, both of those did a split, and that didn't benefit either of those stocks for a long time. I was holding on to General Mills at $70. It split to 35 or something, and then I was holding on to it at 34 and 32 and 31 and $30 for a long, long, long time. It didn't do me any good when they split. I can't imagine anything will do any good for CSX shareholders when they split. If you want to see what splits actually do, how the mechanics of that work, there's a good chapter in Graham and Dodd's Security Analysis. I've got the classic 1940 edition. It's a good one if you want to see how splits work and why they generally break down after a stock split. Dow Jones trannies, again, breakdown. Here was support. We broke down completely. I don't know what this does, but I can't say that it's going to go right back up to 5,600 anytime soon. So, etc., etc. Generally, that was half of the leaders that I look at, but overall, I am bearish. Don't like the market right here. I'm not a buyer. I will continue to buy on weakness, but we gotta be... This is the S&P 500. I'll continue to buy at 1100, 1200, somewhere around there. Preferably 1100. I'll continue to buy down there, but I'm certainly not a buyer up here closer to 1200. 1120 or 1100, I'm a buyer. 1200, 1175, 78, I'm not a buyer. So that's what we're looking at so far if you're a trader. If you're an investor, okay, this is the S&P 500. Let's switch to if you're an investor, long-term, you got a long-term time horizon, I think this is a great place to buy, okay? We got this 200 period moving average on the 4-day chart that I'm still looking at, which back here acted as resistance, is now acting as support. I like that, you know? I like that a lot. So if you're an investor and you got a long-term time horizon, a year, 2 years or more, then certainly in 1987 we got this kind of a move where we just kind of within a year we made it back up to the highs, you know. So it could happen again within a year, 2 years. Maybe we'll be back up at 1400 on the S&P. I don't know, but if you're a trader, you're certainly not a buyer. If you're a long-term investor, you can't be a seller because then you're an idiot. But other than that, we'll just take it one day at a time.